Susu, and welcome to SimsPlayhouse Presents my monthly speed build. This is your girl Janae, and today on this video we are taking a look at a speed build collab that I did with the lovely BubblyZen. Check the link in the description below for the link to her portion of this speed build. Now guys, let me tell you, this entire build was a challenge for both of us. So basically, Bubbly built the house and I furnished it. This is where the challenge comes in, literally. Bubbly has never done a Victorian build house. So her challenge was doing a Victorian build. And let me tell you, she did a wonderful job with this Victorian build. She absolutely did. I love it. It's stunning, and I personally could not have done a better job at it. The challenge for me was that I usually use a lot of custom content, as we all know, and so that wasn't really the challenge. But the challenge for me was the fact that Bubbly made this pretty much a mansion. It's a pretty big lot. I use a lot in Newcrest to place the build, and it is a huge mansion. I think, let me see if I recall correctly, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedrooms in this house, 3 baths, a laundry room, a family area, like a family room, den area, huge kitchen, dining room, and bar area. There is a study downstairs, like an office type study. Then there's another little study section that's basically for like music, you know, piano, guitar, violin type stuff. And there's a 3rd floor attic and a huge backyard. So it was a lot to do. I think it may have taken Bubbly about a week or so to get back to me with the house, but it took me about a month. Granted, I was also trying to get other content out of this as well, but it took me about a month of every day sitting down for a couple hours, either actually, you know, decorating a room or pulling stuff as I see it and placing them in a random spot somewhere so that I can figure out what I'm doing and, you know, what I'm placing where. And I ended up not using some of the items. However, I did use most of them. But that's kind of, you know, how working, especially with custom content, is for me as far as furnishing. And a lot of times I would literally sit down and spend a few minutes, sometimes an hour or so, literally just staring at a space. And I did a lot of this, especially in the early stages before I actually did the build. I spent a couple of days literally just staring at the entire floor plan and trying to figure out what I was going to do with each room and how I would develop it and a kind of a theme that I would go for it, you know, go for each room. Now, the speed build, I know the speed, it's kind of fast. It's faster than usual. And the video seems like it might be long, but let me just tell you guys right now that the building part of it is really just the majority of the ground floor. That took me upwards of 9 hours to actually accomplish, like from the time I started to the time I stopped recording. It took me 9 hours, and this was over a period of like 2 or 3 days, an accumulation of 9 hours of recording and decorating to do those rooms downstairs. So even with that and having sped everything up, that portion of the build is still about 15 minutes. And I didn't want to have the speed build video, the speed build portion, to be too much longer than that. So the other half of the video is just the screenshots of what actually the house ended up looking like. So if you are not interested in the rest of my ramblings and you just want to get straight to the meat of the matter, which is what the final product looks like, you can go right on to, I believe it's about 16 minutes into the video, and you should get to the screenshots of the house if that's what you so desire to do. Sorry, just need to get me a sip of water. But other than that, I actually enjoyed doing this. I will say that there were two things that I did with this house that normally you would not do in a collab like this. And the first thing was some of the windows, and it was more so for when I was working with getting things to align on the interior. They were a little bit higher, you know, in the wall. So I just kind of brought them down just to make it line up properly. And then in the family room area, the inlet that has the fireplace, it was shifted a little bit to the left, and I wanted it centered a little bit more, you know, with the TV and entertainment center on the other wall. So with permission from Bubbly, thank you Bubbly, I was able to just make those minor adjustments. Everything else pretty much stayed the same. I did not move anything else. Of course, when I moved the inlet and the back wall for the fireplace, I had to adjust it upstairs as well. But other than that, everything that was done by her stayed as is. I didn't touch the exterior paint or the initial landscaping that she created. I simply added everything else to it. I will say that I actually had fun doing this build, this collab with Bubbly. And if you guys haven't checked out her videos, check out her builds, check out her challenge videos. She has a couple of challenges going on right now on her channel, and it's really fun. She's a really great person. I've had the pleasure of interacting with her in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and she really is a great personality, great young lady, and I love her content. So as much as you guys support me, I'm giving a shout out to my girl Bubbly. Go ahead and give her some support as well. Check out her videos, check out her content. It is really good. She's really good. She's a really great creator, builder, and Let's Play challenge player as well. So there's not much else to say about the craziness that's going on in this build right now. Like I said, it is kind of fast. But I did try to, you know, create certain themes to some degree in each room so that nothing is just absolutely overly random. A couple of the kids' rooms actually upstairs, I sort of used some of the blueprints that were created that I downloaded off the gallery previously and added to my library. I pretty much used their templates for ideas of products of placement, as well as content to use. Most of the content is actually still EA content upstairs in the bedroom, in the kids' bedrooms. Some of it is custom content. My vocabulary, my teachers back in school would be rolling over in their grave at my English right now. But I did use some custom content, some base game plus content as well in the upper rooms, in the kids' rooms in particular. Let me see. There is a huge, and this was a fun part for me because this was something I've been wanting to do, and the item that I wanted to use, and I put it in the master room. One of the rooms, I guess it could have been a bedroom, but I used it as the master closet. It's a huge walk-in closet that has a dresser item, as it were, but it's kind of a circular dresser. I believe I got it on, they changed the name of their website. It used to be Cherry Blossom Sims. I think they go by Blossoming Rose or something like that right now. I can't recall, but I'll make a notation of it in the description. But sorry, I saw that dresser. I've had it for a while and I have not used it until now. I just had to use it in my build. So that was basically my foundation piece for the walk-in closet, and everything else kind of came in alongside it, including the full closet system and all the items that are placed on it, the shoes, the bags, and everything. I mean, it was just a whole lot of fun doing that. Now, also, I wanted to take a moment and share with you guys the vision that I worked with for the backyard. Again, like I said, you won't see this in the builds, but you will see it in the screenshots. The backyard, it's the back and side yard. It's basically a place for everybody to hang out. We have the side yard is an entire area for toddlers and children, and you know, the family to just kind of hang out and play and have fun there. And then it's sort of cornered, or I guess was anchored, that's what I'm looking for, anchored by a bit of a spa type serenity kind of vibe with the fountains and the koi pond and all of that. And then the other side of the backyard, which is the actual backyard, as the taller side is the side yard. The backyard, we have the outdoor grill and seating area and the pool with, oh my gosh, I can't recall. I will have to put that in the description as well. The rounded pool walls and, you know, again, custom content. I can't say anything else but custom content and a little bit of maneuvering and tricky, you know, placement. But I just wanted to just kind of make the backyard, like a fun place to be on a nice summer afternoon or spring. The winter time, it might not be that much fun in the winter because there's nothing really there for, you know, building snowmen and stuff like that. But I guess you can do that in the front yard, I suppose. But I didn't want to do, you know, if you notice, there was not a whole lot done in the front as far as landscaping because I wanted the focus of the house to be the backyard. You know, the front porch has a couple items that is really beautiful and kind of loungy. You know, you want to sit back there in the afternoon and, you know, read a newspaper or just kind of people watch with your neighbors and stuff like that. You can do that, sip a cup of tea, you know, that kind of stuff. Or you can come out early in the morning and read your paper and have a cup of coffee there as well if you so desire. But, you know, the front of the house is really not intended for a whole lot of entertainment, as it were. You know, the house on this particular lot, it backs the waterway in Newcrest. So, you know, there's a huge water feature in the lake, river, whatever that waterway is back there. You know, there are boats passing by. So I kind of figured that the backyard would really be where all the fun and entertainment would take place in this home and for any family that lives here. The house can literally cater for 2 parents, a teen daughter, a child, and, you know, 2 children, a boy and a girl child, and a toddler. So that's what, 6 people at least. And there's still room for a guest or, you know, mother-in-law, nanny, butler, whomever you want to have to stay over. You know, there's room for a lot of people to be accommodated in this house. The kitchen, it's basically a chef's kitchen. It's a dream kitchen. It's whatever you want to do kitchen with lots of food. I think of it as they have, you know, they love to entertain and there's always food being prepared in the house. There's a lot of clutter, food items and everything that I placed in this house. There was so much more that I wanted to use. So much more that I wanted to use. But I kind of had to hold back so as not to have every single countertop used and cluttered and then the house not be usable. So yes, if the question comes up, is the house usable? Yes, the house is usable. It is playable. I did play test it. And my sim seemed to actually love it. So I hope that you guys love this house as much as I loved making it and creating it, well, decorating it. And go ahead, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be notified the next time I upload another video. And if you haven't already, go ahead on over to BubblyZen. I will have her linked in the description below to her portion of this collab so that you can check out her video as well and give her some likes and a couple of subscribes as well. I'm not going to be stingy with them. You know, we're helping each other out. So go ahead, check out her videos, check out her content, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time I upload another video, which should be tomorrow when the ABC Baby Challenge airs. So look out for that. and have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, and dag dag.